And we're going to record and start our game. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. We are having a blast already in the green room. So here we are, blind date with a book. This is the 13th of February. We're halfway through the month, and we're having so much fun. It feels like we've been here a year already. It's awesome. I'm making some great new friends, and I'm getting to know some really wonderful new books. And Andrew brought his friend Quackers today for all the children, because this is Children's Night #1. So we're super grateful. Let me share my screen with you, and I will show you what we're doing. So tonight is Blind Date with a Book. We're not going to tell you the title. It's a secret, because what fun would a blind date be if we tell you everything up front? Who's the author? Well, I'll tell you. Tonight, we're going to hear from Kathleen Gower. We're going to hear from Linda Jakowski. Did I get that right, Lisa? Lisa Jakowski? Did I get that right? I hope I get that right. And Emily Lane Wazak. So we're going to have some great stories tonight. And Andrew is going to walk us through the exciting workshops that we have coming up.
Well, first and foremost, I have to tell everybody that you need to go ahead. If you didn't attend, even if you did attend, you need to download for only $5 Kate's wonderful messages that she gave us on social media. She did a fantastic job. And if you didn't learn anything, I'm impressed. And I've been doing this a long time. I'm impressed. Coming up on February 16th, we're going to be doing Strangelove, How I Learned to Embrace Contemporary Poetry as a Non-Academic. And Michael D. Jones is going to be walking us through this, and we're going to look at poetry in a little different way and try to fall in love with it all over again. Coming up on the February 17th, we're going to be poking the comedic derriere and writing comedy with author Christopher Gare. And Christopher is going to have us laughing, crying, and learning how to write comedy the right way so that everybody giggles with you. Then on February 18th, Julianne Sisung and Xander Cross are going to give us backwards and forwards using history and fiction. And that backwards and forwards is going to be amazing. It's almost like time travel, but not really. We're going to enjoy learning how to work history into our stories. Coming up on February 20th, and I'm looking forward to this a lot, filmmaker Andy Lockwood is going to give us a wonderful lesson in how to craft book trailers for authors from storyboard to YouTube. This is going to be something that if you haven't done before, you need to do. And Andy is great. He's done some great short films and films. He's going to teach us how. And then last but not least, on February 24th, you can join me, and we're going to work on suspense and learn how to get all those little things into our books that keep us on the edge of our seats right up till the end. And that'll be an hour with me. It'll almost be fun, but it'll definitely be suspenseful. We'll have a lot of fun with a story that I wrote for a previous a nice story that is going to become a little bit different, and we're going to dissect it and make it wonderful. So join us for all of those. $2 cheap at 10 times the price. You need to be there. You need to have fun, and join all of our authors too. Every one of these authors deserves all of our attendance and
absolutely
all we can get.
Thank you, Andrew. Just one more reminder about the workshops. They're only $2 for you to join. You do have to pre-register ahead of time, but for all the people who do come to the workshops, you will get a free download of that workshop afterward. And if you can't make it to the workshop, it will be available as an on-demand webinar through the Pages Promotions website for just $5. So again, super cheap. All of our authors are donating their time for these workshops, and you're getting some really incredible skills. So I encourage you to come and join us. Okay, we are gonna jump over and show you, if I can get my technology to work. I love technology. So here is the preview screen. Everybody see that? We're gonna have 3 readings tonight of children's books. Each author is gonna get 5 minutes to read, and then we will take a quick little survey to have you guess who wrote what, and then I'm going to reveal who wrote what. If you win, you get bragging rights on social media tomorrow. If you don't win, that's okay. Nobody's going to get anything but bragging rights about that anyway. So, however, we are giving away free books tonight. So make sure that you stay for the end for the spinning wheel of happiness, because we are giving away free books like we do every night here at the Blind Date with a Book. So tonight, the authors don't even know what order they're reading in, because I think it's more fun that way. Okay, so we're going to start out with Lisa Jakowski. Are you ready to read, Lisa?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Don't forget, everybody, we're going to have Q&A with the authors after they read too. So feel free to stick around. If you come up with a question in the interim, stick it in the chat. Kate's going to collect those for us so that we don't miss anybody. Okay, Lisa, you ready to go?
Yep.
Go.
Hi, my name is Harper. This is the story of how I met my best friend, Emma, who happens to have autism. It was finally summer, my favorite time of the year. I love the summer because I can go to the pool. The pool is my favorite place because I love to swim and play games with my friends. One day, I saw a new girl at the pool. She was standing by herself on the steps. She was acting a little silly, flapping her hands with a big smile. She seemed nice, so I decided to go say hi to her anyways. I walked over to her and said, "Hi, my name is Harper. What's your name?" She smiled at me but did not respond. I decided to ask her if she wanted to play with my tube, and so held it out to her. Again, she smiled at me and made some noises. She continued to flap her hands, smiling, and reached out for the tube, still making noises. I realized she wanted to play with my tube. I said, "Great, you can play with the tube and I'll swim with you." We both got into the pool and she took my tube. I swam around her and we laughed and played. We had the best time. We played for what felt like hours. She did not talk, but she made noises when I would talk to her. Then my mommy came and said it was time to go home. I asked my new friend for my tube, but she just smiled at me. Her mommy came over and said, "Emma, please give your friend back her tube." It took her mommy, Miss Therese, a few tries to continue to convince her, but she finally gave the tube back to me. I said, "Thank you, Emma. I hope I see you tomorrow." Emma smiled at me and flapped her hands. Miss Therese smiled at me too and said, "Yes, we will be here tomorrow." I went home with my mommy. At home, my mommy asked me about my new friend. I said, "I like her, but she didn't talk to me. She only smiled and flapped her hands and sometimes made noises I could not understand. She was being silly." Mommy said, "Her name is Emma. She is 7 years old like you, and they have just moved into our neighborhood." Then she said, "Emma has autism, which makes it difficult for her to talk, and sometimes she may do silly things like stare or flap her hands." I asked, "What is autism?" Mommy said, "Autism is a disorder that a person is sometimes born with and will have for their entire life." She said, "Autism can make it hard for a little one like you to understand how to deal with the world around them. They may become overwhelmed easily or communicate in a different manner than we are used to." Mommy continued, "Emma may have been flapping her hands as a way to say hello to you. Maybe she could not form the word hello to say it to you, or she could have been overwhelmed with excitement. Sometimes little ones with autism are not able to understand how to interact with other little ones." I said, "Oh, I didn't know that. I wonder if that is why she didn't speak to me. Maybe she wanted to, but could not form the words. Do you think she was flapping her hands because she was excited to have a new friend to play with?" Mommy said, "That could have been why. Sometimes when a little one has autism and they become excited, they will show it in a way that seems silly to us. To her, flapping her hands may seem normal, even though to us it may seem silly." I said, "I understand now. Tomorrow I will flap my hands with her." I began to flap my hands with a big smile on my face. Mommy smiled and said, "I think she would like that." I said, "But how can I talk to her? It looked like she didn't understand when I said things to her." I frowned. My mommy said, "I will call Emma's mommy now and see if there is a way her family communicates with her that we can use. That way you can learn how to communicate with Emma and have fun together. Would you like that?" she asked me. Immediately, I shook my head and said, "Yes, I would really like that. I gave a big smile and was very excited. Mommy called Miss Therese to find a way we can talk to each other. She said she had special waterproof cards on a ring we could use because Emma could read. I was so excited. I was going to have a new friend to swim with at the pool and have play dates with. I cannot wait to tell all my friends about Emma, my new friend. The next day at the pool, Miss Therese taught me how to use the cards to talk to Emma. I would show Emma the cards in the ring when I asked her a question or said something to her. She would point to the one she wanted to use to answer me. It was so easy. I could not wait to use them with Emma. After Miss Therese showed me how to use the cards to talk to Emma, I was so excited to go into the pool with her. If I asked, "Do you want to go into the pool with me?" I would show her the yes and no cards. It was easy.
Okay, I'm sorry, your 5 minutes is up. Thank you very much. That's a great reading. Thank you so much. We're going to talk about your book and your illustrations afterward. Okay, Kathleen, are you ready to go?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. Your time starts now.
Okay. Day after day, week after week, month after month, Faye and her brother Eddie carved and painted. They sold their carvings at the village market every Saturday. The two earned enough to buy food to eat, clothes to wear, and more paint for their carvings. But sometimes all that work was exhausting. Every day they complained about the same things. "My hands are so sore from all this carving," Faye grumbled. "I wish I could take a long rest." "All my clothes are covered in paint," Eddie whined. "I wish I had something nicer to wear." One Saturday afternoon, while strolling home from the market, Faye and Eddie discovered an old carving knife by the roadside. When they brought it back to their cabin, they spotted some words carved on the handle. Faye read them out loud. "What's carved with me will come to be." "Do you suppose that's true?" Eddie asked. "Let's find out," Faye said. She carved a miniature wooden pot of gold. Eddie painted it, and they waited. Nothing happened. Then Eddie read the words on the knife out loud. "What's carved with me will come to be." Ever so slowly, the wooden pot of gold turned into a real full-size pot of gold. "It worked!" Faye shouted. "We can carve anything we wish for." "Woohoo!" Eddie exclaimed. "Let's try something bigger." Faye scratched her head. I know. I'll carve us living in a large stone cottage. Then you can paint it." As Faye carved away and Eddie painted, they chanted, "What's carved with me will come to be." By sundown, they had crafted their cottage. It was so perfect. Faye was positive she saw a light flicker in one of its windows. She quickly set the carving by their bedroom door and hopped into bed. The next morning, Faye and Eddie awoke to find themselves inside a huge stone cottage. "Yippee!" Eddie squealed. "The magic worked." But when Faye and Eddie crawled out of bed, they discovered their pot of gold had disappeared. And there was more work to do than ever. There was more house to be cleaned, more garden to tend, more firewood to be chopped. Soon Faye's hands were sorer than ever and Eddie's clothes were dirtier than ever. "This place is much too big," Eddie moaned. "How can we ever keep up with all this work?" Faye said. "I know. I'll carve us living as king and queen in a lovely fairy tale castle with castle helpers to do all this extra work for us." "Good idea," Eddie said. "At least we won't have to work so hard." Again, Faye carved away, Eddie painted, and together they chanted, "What's carved with me will come to be." By day's end, they had created their castle. It was so realistic, Faye was convinced she saw one of its towers sparkle. She stood the carving up against their bedroom door and climbed into bed. Just before sunrise, clatter, clatter, swish, swish, chop, chop. Fay and Eddie awoke to find themselves inside a giant fairy tale castle with many castle helpers cleaning, gardening, and chopping firewood. Sounds like our castle helpers are already busy, Fay said. I guess we better get to work too, Eddie sighed. Fay and Eddie were barely out of bed and dressed when tourists started lining up to tour their beautiful castle. How will we ever cope with all these people? Eddie asked. We're used to such a peaceful life. And now we'll have no time to carve and paint, Fay grumbled. And then, chatter, chatter, squish, squish, slop, slop. Tourists began to pour in by the hundreds. Muddy footprints covered the floors. Pictures were knocked off the walls. And when the tourists left, they left all their trash behind. This castle is a royal mess, Fay groaned. Now even our castle helpers are exhausted and grumbling about all the hard work. I wish we still lived in our tiny log cabin, Eddie whined. Fay said.
Hey, your time is up.
Oh, you don't get
That's
to find out
time.
the ending. You have to get the book.
I want to know.
Well, thank you very, very much. That was
It's hard
awesome.
doing the different voices, you know.
It is.
I should have had Andrew doing it.
Okay, Emily, are you ready for your turn at the microphone, my dear?
I am ready.
Okay, and your time begins now.
Chugga chugga choo choo, all aboard. This train is definitely the place to be. All aboard the trusty engine 403. Some tracks are bumpy or smooth or narrow or wide, but all tracks will end up on a magnificent ride. Everyone is welcome on the 403. Moms, dads, brothers, sisters, even you, even me. Our healthy mind conductor will lead the way, and he will guide us toward a better day. The 403 Express leads the town to get on the right track, getting help for us all while not looking back. It's an exciting ride about to begin, making new friends and exploring feelings within. There are many emotions all on display. People feel different every single day. You can't always tell when something is wrong. Some are quite weak, even though they look strong. Rena boards first. She struggles each day. She doesn't even know why she feels this way. Some days she's happy, others she's real sad. She changes her moods often, which makes her feel bad. Some friends might struggle while learning in school. They need extra help, and that feels uncool. Teachers teach, friends help with studies. Working together, we can all be buddies. Quick picture here. Evan needs help to learn, no matter how hard he tries. His brain works differently from all of the other guys. He wants to know everything the teacher has to say, but it's hard to pay attention in class every day. Leah cannot walk, she uses a wheelchair, and she has a special van to get from here to there. She likes to play though and join in the fun. She hates being left out, feeling like the only one. All of us feel different, so what should we do? This great train has some advice for you. There are friends aboard to help all feel good, working together as we all should. The ride is full of twists and turns, like the many choices we face as we learn. Bessa is a person who is confident and poised. She gets along well with most girls and boys. Hannah is scared on the train ride, so Jessa points out the beautiful countryside. This made Hannah smile again, because now she has made a new friend. Josh is funny and kind, but Max can get mad with ease, especially at someone who likes to tease. Josh shows Max how to have a good time, to ignore the bullies so they aren't on his mind. You know, it's kind of glaring, so okay. The glare is bad. Some kids misbehave when they want to be good. They try to do well and follow rules like they should. Teachers are there to meet face to face. Teachers are one of many that should provide a safe place. There are parents, friends, doctors, counselors, and nurses too, policemen and leaders of faith, whomever is comfortable for you. Tell them your troubles, ask for advice, lean on them for support. Their help should be nice. When a friend may tell you he is very sad, it's always good to tell your mom or dad. Others can help if you go to them and share. This isn't tattling. This shows that you care. We have now come to a bump in the track. It's called a dark web, but we cannot turn back. Do not seek advice, even if they act like they care. They are still strangers, so always beware. Now, not everything you read online is true. Some people will tell you wrong or unsafe things to do. If you are confused, ask someone you trust. Confirming the truth is always a must. If this great train wants to stay on the track each day, it takes everyone on board to listen, help, and do what they may. We need to keep moving forward without looking back. It's not just the train, it's really the track.
Well done. Yay, you had a whole 30 seconds left. Good job. Well done. Thank you, everybody. Those are some great stories. I'm looking forward to. I've read Emily's book already, and I'm looking forward to reading the other two. And I make it a point to always post reviews after I read books. So watch the Facebook page for those reviews. So congratulations on your children's books, guys. They're awesome. They're so cool. Okay, I'm going to share you my screen, and we're going to look at the preview again. These are the books, and you have to figure out who wrote what. I have 3 of them. I'm going to throw the poll up there, and we'll see how many of you can get the guessing game right. Now, again, remember, you don't get specific prizes. If you get this right, you just get bragging rights on social media tomorrow, which you should be doing with the hashtag PP Virtual Book Festival. So you want to brag, you want to talk about the night, you want to share our fun children's books with other people, that's the hashtag PP Virtual Book Festival. See, Kate, I'm getting better at this. We're 13 days in. You'd think I'd learn by now.
Oh, you're doing good.
You're doing really good.
One step at a time, right? Okay, everybody, there's, you guys can keep guessing. We have a couple more people that haven't guessed yet. Okay, 2 more people. Get your guesses in, and then I will share the polling with you. Andrew, I've never seen fantastic spelled that way before. Can I use that spelling?
Of course you can.
That's awesome. I'm going to work it into my next children's book. That's like the perfect magic word. It is. It's the perfect magic word. Like with a magic wand and casting spells, and that would be a great, oh my gosh, I'm saving that forever. Okay, here we go. We're going to end the poll, and we're going to share the results. So if you're wondering if you got it right or not, there are the results. Look at that. Yay! Well done, everybody. So let's really share who did what. I'm going to pull up that reveal screen for you now, and then we'll get to questions and answers. So here we go. The Wish Carvers was written by Kathleen Gower. And Kathleen, will you tell us who your illustrator was, please? I don't want to neglect the illustrators tonight.
Sarah Richter, Toronto
Awesome.
illustrator. Excellent.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah, I love the illustrations in this book. If you guys can see them up close, they're so vivid. They're just really great, vivid illustrations. Emily Lane Wozniak wrote Ethan's Healthy Mind Express, and she co-wrote this with Eric Bean. And who was your illustrator, Emily?
Gail Gorski, and she did, I want to see if I can show this one, if you'll show
Hold
up
on,
that
let
well.
me stop sharing my, well, let's do this first,
Awesome.
and then we'll share it again.
Okay. she used paper cutouts and
Yeah.
materials
It's
to make the
awesome.
illustrations in this. And she did a
it's-
phenomenal job. She was actually able to use bubbles and photograph bubbles in some of the
Yep.
areas.
We'll
Wow,
show
cool.
that. We'll show that picture in just
Okay.
1 second.
Perfect.
Let's Talk was written by Lisa Jakowski. And Lisa, who is your illustrator?
Blueberry Illustrations.
It's awesome. This is so well done. I love the diversity in the pictures, everybody.
Yeah.
The diversity in the illustrations and the way that all of your books are so inclusive for children of a whole bunch of different backgrounds. I'm really, really impressed. I'm so thrilled to see this kind of diversity in children's literature. I think it's really, really important. So if anybody has questions, you can pop them up in the chat screen. Emily, while we're waiting for some questions to come across, if you could show us that illustration with the bubbles.
This is my favorite illustration. I wish I've got to try to get no
That
glare.
is very cool.
Is that
Yeah.
good? And you can see
She
I mean,
used
those are
real
all
cotton
cut.
for the
Yes.
smokestack.
And some eyelets for the metal portions and the wheels. Those are all cuts of different papers and metals. And she just does a fabulous job. Every illustration is just wonderful.
Yeah, when you get to see this book in person, everybody, it's so cool because the pictures actually look three-dimensional. It's so well done. I'm really impressed.
It has trains. It wins with me. Anything with trains wins with me.
That's right. So I'm going to start out the questions while we wait for other people to throw questions in there. Lisa, I'm really curious about what brought you to write about autism. What was your inspiration for this? Why did you choose that as a topic? It's not a common topic in children's books.
That's part of why I did it. But my field, I work with little ones with autism, and a common theme I found was that little ones had a lot of difficulty interacting with other little ones. And I actually had a client that inspired me to finally, it was just kind of like the last straw of hearing about it so much, and it inspired me to write the book to kind of show families, their little one without autism can break down these barriers, and their little one with autism can do anything. So I use a lot of my job in the book. My field is applied behavior analysis, and that's where the kind of communication stuff comes from.
Sure.
So that's really where that came from.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
I'm really pleased that, again, you're breaking down that wall of accessibility for children and for parents as well, because a lot of parents don't know how to talk about autism with their children. And I think this is a great tool for that. So well done.
Thank you.
Are you going to write another one?
Number 2 is in production. It will be out early summer, probably May, maybe sooner. Keep up on my social media. I've gotten
absolutely. Make sure.
Yep.
Make sure when it comes out, you post it to our Facebook page so everybody knows, okay?
Oh, absolutely. I would love
to. Great. Elaine, tell us about the inspiration for your story. This is, I was in this spot when I was a child. Oh, if only things were easier, right? I had 3 siblings, and if only my life could be fixed with a wish, things would be so much better. How did you get the inspiration for this story, and what drove you to write it?
I have always loved fairy tales. My mom used to read fairy tales to us at bedtime. And I always thought it'd be great to write a fairy tale that no one had heard before. And so, it started about a year ago, and I started writing about, I actually changed the characters 3 times before I ended up with elves. Originally they were 2, an older person, an older couple, and then I changed it to gnomes, and then I changed it to the elves. And when I was growing up, we had wallpaper with all of the fairy tales, and every night I'd look up and I'd see all the different fairy tale characters. So that's basically, I think my mom was the inspiration. Yeah, and this is my 3rd book. So I love to write about books that involve imagination and wishes and magic.
That's great. In the pop-up shop on our website, we have links to your other books if people are interested. So you can go ahead and find them there as well. Emily, can you give me an idea of the inspiration for your book? What was the impetus for why you wanted to write it, and what's the strongest message that you would like parents and children to take away?
Well, sadly, my writing partner, his son died very unexpectedly,
Aw.
and he wanted to find a way to honor his memory. And we had talked about it, and there had been some struggles with his son, with some autism type things and things going on. And we started talking about, how can we do this? A biography or a children's book? And I thought that a children's book would be the best way, just like with the autism book, to get through to kids very early on, that there are many people with many, many different ailments, if you will, that aren't always visible. You don't always know. And to understand and be kind and not bully. And then when we got the whole train going down the track, we said, okay, there's so many things that we can talk to about kids, because we found that the dark web and the internet is also so prevalent, but so scary with kids today.
Sure.
They're afraid to talk to their parents about, kids who may be suicidal, kids who may be having some struggles at home, being sexually abused, the dark web that they're finding things on that they probably shouldn't be seeing. And so we started making the project grew into a bigger project than just honoring his son, but taking that honor and helping families and kids early on.
That's awesome. That's very, very cool. I'm really pleased that you guys stretched beyond those fear walls that might be up for people, and reach them in a way that's kind and gentle. And I appreciate you and Eric bringing this book out into the public.
Thank you.
So for anybody who's interested, the authors and their books can be found at the Pages Promotions virtual pop-up bookshop. This is a page on our website where you can go to connect with the books and the authors. We are not selling or distributing books for the authors. We're just connecting you to them. I don't want to do that much math. So all the authors are going to get 100% of the proceeds generated from your kind sales. Also, you can connect with the authors at the pop-up shop. Just click on their name. Each name has a link, and it will take you either to their email or to the contact page of their website. And you can request a signed limited edition bookplate. We have lots of these to give away, and they're free to you. All you have to do is contact the author, and the author will sign it, inscribe it. They're all hand numbered. And see, Andrew's got one too. So feel free to do that if you already own the books, or let's say you want to get the books through an alternate, if you want to get the books through an alternate distribution arm like Amazon or another book distributor, you can absolutely still get your book signed by asking for those book plates. They're free to you. So if we don't have any questions, and it looks like maybe we don't, I think we're ready to spin the wheel of happiness. What do you think, Kate?
I think we should spin the wheel of happiness.
Okay, let's do this. Let me go to the wheel of happiness.
Andrew, tune up that voice. Tune up that voice.
Well, or the maracas, Andrew. That'll work too.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so tonight we are going to give away 1, 2, 3, 4 books, 3 by the authors, and 1 that is an additional children's book written by another author that we will be featuring later in the month. So here we go. Spin number 1. I know, Deborah, you're sitting on the edge of your seat. Here we go. She is. I know.
My name is Cuban Pete. We're the king of the Roomba beat. I'm a boom chaka, boom chaka, boom chaka. Winner!
Yay, Eric Bean, you have won a copy of Kathleen Gower's The Wish Carvers. You're gonna love this book, Eric.
Leave a review. Leave a review.
Really great. Yes, we're gonna hound people about reviews. Reviews are so important. Okay, here we go. We are going to spin the wheel of happiness one more time. Ta-da! Spinning the wheel of happiness. Go.
What's a Copacabana? We're just going crazy.
That was it.
Mary Beth.
Mary Beth!
Congratulations, Mary Beth. You have won a copy of Ethan's Healthy Mind Express by Emily Wozniak and Eric Bean. You are going to love this book. The art in this is just stunning. I've never seen art like this before. It's incredible.
Mary Beth, you're going to have to tell me what happens.
Yeah, because, you didn't get to see the end, Andrew. So
I didn't
sad.
get to see the end, and the choo-choos were there.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the happy wheel. Here we go. Spinning wheel of happiness one more time.
We'll just click, 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 click.
Angela, you've won a book, Angela. Can you imagine? It's stunning. You get this really cool book. It's called A Girl Named Adam by Jordan J. Scone. This is an awesome book that deals with children as they discover that they are transgender. It's a very gentle book. It's a great book for children and parents to read together to talk about this really important topic. So you're going to love this. The illustrations in this are so delightful. I love it. Jordan is an awesome author. Okay. And we're going to spin the wheel of happiness one more time, but guys, don't leave because we got fun stuff to talk about. So here we go. Spinning the wheel of happiness one more time.
Daisy, Daisy.
He wound down.
Yay, Carol, you have won a book. Carol Trumbeth, good job. Carol, you get Lisa's book, Let's Talk. This is really cool. It's hardcover, by the way, guys. Very, very cool. This is a great book. I love the art in this. Like I say, this book is filled with diversity and inclusion, and I love it for that. So thank you, everybody, for donating your books. I'm so completely overwhelmed, and I know I keep saying this every night, but I'm so overwhelmed by the incredible generosity of our community that people are donating books and really great stuff, and I'm really, really grateful. Thank you very, very much. All right, so now you guys won books. How do you get them? I'm going to show you how you get them. Let me find the right screen. There's the right screen. Okay, so this is how you get the books. If you've won a book tonight, you need to send an email to me with your mailing address in it. My email address is diana@pagespromotions.com. This is how you claim your prize. You send me your mailing address. You have to send it to me by midnight tonight. If you have already won a prize, or if you seem to think that I already have your address, don't. Just send it to me anyway. I use my email inbox as my to-do list, and if it's not on my to-do list, it doesn't get done. So if you want to claim your prize, make sure you send it by midnight tonight. Andrew, we have to name him. Okay, bonus prizes. We have bonus prizes tucked inside the winning books, and I don't even know which ones because I did it blindly. There are 3 tickets. The golden ticket, you'll get, if you find that ticket in your book, you will get a Kindle Fire 7 tablet. This is the ad-free version of the tablet, so it's super snazzy. The easier way to read more books. This is not for playing games and watching movies. Read books. Okay, silver ticket is the winner of that will get a Blood in the Rain prize box donated by the generosity of Jacob Bullen. This is an awesome series. This is the first 2 books in the Blood in the Rain series and a really super snazzy hooded sweatshirt. It's got amazing art. The picture in this does not do the art justice. It's awesome. And then our bronze ticket has been donated by our very own Andrew Smith. Andrew doesn't, as you've noticed tonight, Andrew doesn't do anything part way. He is donating 5 books in the Masterson Files series, plus the really snazzy mug he's got on his screen right there. And he's also, it's got a, okay, here, let me unshare my screen. Show that again, Andrew. It's got this really cool mug. It's super big, it's aluminum, and it's got a sippy lid on it for those of us who can't drink effectively while walking. Now, really fun thing that Kate did last night. She sprung this on me. I wasn't expecting it. But now we have stepped everything up. We're giving away even more stuff. Other authors have gotten in on this. So here's the deal. If you get one of those prize tickets and you're feeling really brave, turn on your camera, film yourself singing a few bars of the Golden Ticket song from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. If you do that and you post that video on our Facebook page, you will get the super bonus prize box, which includes 9 of my books that are all written in 9 different genres. You will also get a selection of one of Kate's books, which are super snazzy spy thrillers. They're incredible. And you will get a book written by Jordan Scavone, one of his, I think now he's got 6 children's books out, 5 children's books and a YA, I forget. There are so many I'm having a hard time keeping track. But this huge, amazing prize box, it's 11 books, 10 genres, awarded to 3 brave souls who feel like singing and dancing on our Facebook page. Again, go to our Facebook page, use the hashtag PP Virtual Book Festival. And we hope to see a lot of you singing and dancing, even if you don't win the prizes, because, you know, this is all about fun. So unless I've forgotten anything, Kate, have I forgotten anything? No?
Nope.
No. Okay,
Seems good.
so great. So I would like our 3 authors just to give us one short little parting word or 2, or maybe a sentence or whatever. Just whatever you'd like to say to our crowd. Lisa, we'll start with you.
I just want to say that I hope you guys all enjoy my book. And I am very active on social media. I would love to talk to you. Please check it out. And I hope you'll check out my second book too. Thank you all again.
Thanks, Lisa. We had fun having you. I appreciate you coming all the way from New Jersey.
Absolutely.
Emily, would you like to have some parting
Yes.
crowd here?
Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope you get a chance to find out what happens in the end of the book, because it's a surprise. It actually is about being grateful for what you have instead of wishing for something more. So it has a really meaningful message in it, and the illustrations are delightful. So
Absolutely,
I
they
hope
are.
that you'll get a chance to read my book.
And
Thank you again.
Thank you, Kathleen. I'm so glad that you joined us all the way from Toronto. I'm super excited that we got to do an international event with authors from everywhere. It's so much fun. Emily, you're right here in my backyard in Michigan. Do you have any parting words for our crowd?
I just want to say thank you for tuning in tonight. I hope that you enjoy all 3 books because I think they're all great. And most importantly, share these books with others and just be kind to one another.
Awesome. Thank you, Emily. Andrew, your little friend looks like he has something to say, does he?
Oh, no, I just think that everybody needs to remember, that children are a gift and children's laughter is a bigger gift. So smile and make them laugh every day. Awesome.
Absolutely. Thank you, Andrew. You do that so well for all of us, even though we're not children anymore. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you, Miss Kate, my backstage sanity saver. Thank you, Andrew, my backstage and onstage insanity provoker. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. I look forward to seeing you all again. We're taking tomorrow off because it's Valentine's Day. Hold on, Kate, I see.
You know what I'm going to say.
I know, Valentine's Day tomorrow, we're not going to be here. But Kate, what are we doing on Monday that's so super special?
We are going to actually give everybody a chance to exercise their social media, specifically Instagram skills. If you feel you need a little bit of exercise, Diana and I are going to be doing an Instagram live on my account on Instagram. So basically what you can do is at 8 o'clock, Diana? 8 p.m. right after?
It's right after our blind date with a young adult book. You can jump over to Instagram at 8 o'clock.
So if that, even if that runs over, then we'll all just head over there right after that. And pretty much if you're not sure how to access an Instagram Live is you pull up Instagram on your phone. If you're following me, then there's a chance it might already be right up here at the top where it will show you, hey, look, Twin Type Books is live. Otherwise, you can look me up and it will tell you right here that Kate is live right now with Pages Promotions. We're going to be doing basically like a little bit of a Q&A, talking about what the spirit of the festival is about. Again, you know, how it came to be, reaching out to people who still don't know about this yet. And the great thing is you are able to ask questions and leave comments, and we can answer those in real time as well. We will remind you again, but again, that will be on my account, which is Twin Type Books. I'll put that in the chat right now.
And we're going to give away some of the details for the June Book Festival that we're hosting. I do these 3 times a year in February, in June, and October. And I'm going to announce the theme and some of the details for the festival in June. Kate is having so much fun. So we'll do that on Monday in the Instagram chat thingy that I'm still not real great at, but I'm learning. So join us over there. Join us here for young adult books with some more really spectacular authors on Monday. And everybody have a great Valentine's Day. Go hug your favorite sentient being. And we'll see you back here on Monday. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Hi.